Let's extend that wire to that switch. Wire it in. Well, first we'll just quickly kind of wrap it around that one terminal of the switch and turn all the lights on and see what happens. See if it handles those 4 extra lights in there. I don't know, that's a lot of lights, but I guess we'll find out. Gotta grab the wire strippers and let's get this wired in. Then what we'll do, we'll get it wired in. All the lights on. And go fix the land roller, that pin. I got that new pin. Weld that cam, whatever that thing's called. While we're doing all that, we'll leave the lights on and see if it trips the relay or blows a fuse. But mind you, if it blows a fuse, it'll pop that fuse right away. But sometimes the relay will kick in and it'll just cut out after a while, after they've been on for a while. I've had that happen before. So anyway, wire strippers. Okay, we got her spliced together. We'll pull her back tight that way, make her look pretty. So that's how we're gonna hook it up for the time being. Just wrap it around that one. That one is always hot. The top one, I believe. As soon as you turn the key on, that'll be live. And that one, it gets hot when you turn the switch on to turn the exterior work lights on. So we'll see if she works. Well, it looks like tank 1, 2, and 3 lights are on, but tank 4 is not. I lost connection somewhere and it's got to be at the top of the tank. There, now it's working. It just started working by itself. That's odd. But they're all working now. Must be poor connection on that tank 4 or something. I still want to adjust the camera on tank 4 so it points down a bit more to get that. Oh, see, no, it just quit. What the heck? Huh. Now it just turned on again. What's going on with that? And it's just tank 4. The rest of them are working perfect. Huh. See how long? Man, I like that. You can see color now. Ha! No way! I just realized you can zoom in on this frickin' cap cam system. That's awesome. So that's the seed tank. So next time we're seeding wheat, we can zoom right in and see when that stuff's gonna run right out. And now that I got that painted orange at the bottom, that's awesome. So this is the 30 bushel tank now. That's where I put canola seed when I'm seeding canola. So now that I know I can zoom in on that, that's going to be so friggin' handy. Oh, and also, look what else I got when I was in town. More water line, or air seeder hose. Now, in yesterday's video, I can't remember exactly what I said for price. When you buy a 100-foot roll, it's only a few cents cheaper than regular price. So it's not a whole lot different. I can't remember what I said on yesterday's video, but I just want to clarify that. It is cheaper, but not a lot. Okay, well, the next step is to turn the auxiliary work lights on the exterior of the cart and see if it pops a fuse. I'm kind of nervous to hit that switch. Okay, you ready? Watch that light up there. See if it turns on. And if it goes out right away, then there's too many lights on one circuit, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I never really thought about this, to be honest. If this doesn't work, I don't know where I'm gonna hook those lights on the inside. I don't know where I'm gonna hook them up to. I don't want to run wire all the way to the tractor. Oh, I hope this works. Ready? You do it. You do it. I can't do it. Oh, I'm so nervous. Frick. Okay, let's just do it. Ready? Watch that light. I'll just turn it on and off real quick. Okay, it turned on. That's me shutting it off. Well, let's turn them on, leave them on, and maybe go replace a few more hoses on the drill while these lights are doing the test. Oh, I hope this works. This is going to be so friggin' nice if these lights work. So far, so good. If it would have popped a fuse, I think it would have popped a fuse by now. And they are LED, but I really like the fact that the inside lights are on as soon as you start the tractor. The old cart, I had it set up so that the interior lights came on when you hit the main clutch on. That was all good and dandy, but I found it really handy when you're loading at night. When the lights are on inside the tank when you're loading, man, was that ever nice to, see that tank fill up in the dark. So I had to turn the main clutch switch on when I was loading, which is not a big deal, right? But I would always forget to shut it off when I went to drive back to where I left off seating, and I'm trickling seed out everywhere. But anyway, this way it won't do that. So if this works, this is going to be really friggin' handy. Now that I figured out the zoom, I didn't know that last season. I didn't know that camera can zoom in like that. That's going to be the cat's ass for doing canola. Well, anything. Still on. Well, let's go do some hoses. One thing to remember too is we're not seeding with the exterior lights on either. They're only going to be on for what? An hour when we load, if I even load at night this season. Everything's going, never mind, I ain't going to say it. I got one hose changed on the seed shank. And that fits so nice. Almost like it was meant to be. Lights are still on the cart, so that means the inside lights are on too. Might be okay. Might work just fine. Replaced a couple more hoses on the seed shanks. The rest I'm going to call good enough. Won't replace any more until I have to. The lights are still on. Check it out. That work light's still on. Let's go see if they're still on inside the tank on the monitor there in the tractor. Uh-oh, something's going on. Tank 1 is not on now, and tank 4. Tank 2 and 3 are. What would that be? I had good connection when I wired it all together. It's not a very good ground, I know that. That might have something to do with it. But why? You would think if it was ground, none of the cameras would work. But grounds can do funny things, so I'm going to blame it on the ground. Okay, UFA had the exact... Well, that's weird. Why is that so much longer? Huh, I thought that was 3-inch pin I measured. What's going on here? Oh, I see. When they measure it, they measure from here to here, not outside to outside. It don't matter. It's as long as it's the right size, and it'll still work fine. So I just gotta weld this up in the end here. Weld it. Get the pin back in. Good to go. You can see the lights are on the cart still. See that one up top there in the middle of the screen? That's on. It's been about a half an hour so far. I think we're golden. If it was going to pop a fuse or trip the relay or whatever, it would have done that by now, I would think. But then those two lights are off inside the tank. I don't know. I think we're okay. Calling that good enough. I know I didn't have to start the tractor to do this, but I did. Okay, let's find, now we got to find a good ground for the white wire, and then we'll splice the black one, because black's hot, into this wire somewhere right in there. We just got to find a good ground. run it back to this bolt right here. Except like on the back side of the bolt, or the back side here, so it's nice and hidden. That'd be a good ground right on the main frame of the cart. I'm gonna blame the camera 1 and 4 not working because of this ground. And the way just the way it's the poor connection. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. There's no other explanation for why tank 1 and 4 would shut off like that. They're all spliced in the same wire. Spliced in real good, you know, at the top there. So there's no reason it should not work. It's just got to be bad connection here, and it's affecting the cameras, not the cameras, the lights themselves, or I don't know. That's what we're gonna go with anyway. So, wire strippers, all that stuff. Okay, I figured out how we're gonna splice those wires in for the ground and the hot wire for those work lights on the cart here. But I needed to go get some of these kind of terminals, you know what I mean? Thought I had some here. I was totally out. So I had to go back to town for this. But in the end, I didn't go to town just for this. That other blower motor and squirrel cage came in for the old stagger here. So we can put that on, get these wires spliced in, and then this outfit is 100% ready to go. So I think the young guy's going to come out after school today, and we'll start moving equipment down to the in-laws there. So I got to get this tractor ready. Then I got to go to town to get fertilizer with the peat, because it goes on the front of the trailer, come back, load the wheat, and then head down there. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going to happen today, so let's get her done. There, just like that. I just redid the connectors. Ran the extra wire into the same terminal. Let's hook them back up to the switch, and it should work. Oh, got to hook up the ground yet too. We got her. So this is what it looks like. Ouch! God! Oh, those sharp. Hurts the head. So the two wires are spliced into this terminal. I had to do both because the one was shorter when I cut that other terminal off. So I just did both. These are heat shrinkable. Hang on, let me zoom in a bit. Those are heat shrinkable connectors. I just don't have a little mini torch or whatever to shrink them. And the ground is right there. Where are we? Right there. Hopefully that'll be a good ground. Let's jump back in the cab. Turn the lights on, or turn the key on, I guess, and then see if all 4 lights are working inside now. I'm kind of nervous about that. If they're not, if 1 and 4 are still not working, it's got to be the connection up there somewhere. Whoop. I must have had the connection come loose or something when I zip tied it all up nice and out of the way. Sure hope not. Hopefully it was just a piss poor connection down here when we just had her temporary hooked up. Okay, all we gotta do is turn the key on, shut the blower off. The camera's hooked up to the key. I hope they're working. Right on. Okay, we should be good to go. Let's pop the hood on the old girl and start taking out that old blower motor for the whatever it does. I don't even know what it does. Pressurization, or I don't know. Let's start replacing that now. Well, here we are again. Look at how dusty it is in there. And I blew that out just before well, it's not dust. That's like something stuck to it. Anyway, we got to get this one out. So we got to take off these 4, probably those 2, and I'm not sure, but probably those 2 also, and this hose clamp too. So yeah, I think all those got to come off. Got the old the part out. Here's the old motor, the new motor, and there's the old squirrel cage. And here's the new squirrel cage. I should get more airflow with this new squirrel cage. I sure hope so anyway. Okay, let's put this new motor in there. Pretty easy. Plug and play, bolt her back up, 2 bolts, done. We got a problem. I plugged this plug into the new motor. It didn't turn. It's like there's no power there. So maybe it wasn't the motor that was toast. Either way, we bought a new one anyways, whatever. I have a spare motor now. But it's like there's no power here, so I got the test light. Hook the test light up. See if there's power here. I thought there was when last time we worked on this. Yeah, there is. So why didn't that frickin' fan kick in? Well, this wiring has got me confused again. Okay, well, if we got power to that, it's got to be the ground wire. The top one's the ground, I think, well, here. Oh, it's not on now because I shut the key off. And the blower's not on. But, looks like it goes inside the cab there. Hang on. Looks like it goes back in the cab, so wherever this positive wire, right? Positive and a negative is all it is. Wherever this ground wire goes into the cab, it must have broke or something let go. It's not grounding. That's the only thing it could be. Let's climb in the cab there. Okay, yeah, it comes into right here. Comes into a plug. Now, who knows where these wires go? It goes into the main harness. Well, I'm not going to trace wires like that. What we could do is run another wire. Well, that's why this cab's so dusty too. That plug's not sealed properly. Look at that. You can see daylight. I wonder why the dust is so bad in here. That should be all siliconed off. Anyway, I'll just run another separate wire for the ground to like here or something. We can bolt it in behind there or whatever. Run it up and around and down and done. Okay, we got the wires hooked right to the battery. Let's see if it... Oh. Okay. Well, that didn't do anything except tell us that the motor works fine. I bet you the old motor worked fine too. It's the frickin' ground that was the problem. I thought the motor piled up. But either way, I'm not taking the motor back now. Keep the old one as a spare if anything. And we just got to run a new ground wire from behind the plug on the tractor side. You know what I mean? There, something like that. Spliced in the ground wire directly to the motor. The power wire still gets hooked up through the main harness on the tractor. Now let's go hook the ground up inside the cab somewhere underneath the dash. And we'll kick her in and make sure it works before we button her all back up. Okay, hopefully that's a good enough ground. Grounded it right to there. The clutch stopper, pedal stopper looks like. So, should work. Let's turn the key on and see what happens. Turn it to low. What's running? Oh, it's that other blower. That runs all the time. Just with the key on. Huh, that's weird. And then when you turn the fan motor on, huh, that's odd. So which way is that blowing then? Sucking in from there, blowing down here. So when it's blowing down there, it goes into here and goes up to the filter into the cap. Is this like another blower or what the heck? Purge blower, somebody said, or something? I don't know. It works though. We'll button her all back up. Okay. We're all buttoned back up together. She's all good. I was just looking at the hood up there. It looks like there's that foam that would go around this thing. That's your intake for the cab, is it not? And the filter is down here, but it gets the air out of up here. And with that foam like that all tore, I wonder if it's not getting very clean air since it's all that foam's gone. I don't know. I would assume that's what that was supposed to do. Too late. What if I can get that foam as a replacement? I didn't even notice that was tore till just now. I'll look into that later. That thing's ready to go. I haven't fueled it up yet, but we're ready to go other than that. Let's fire up the Duramax. I gotta go get to town, get some chemical. Yeah, I want to run to town with this outfit because I won't have enough chemical to finish the wheat acres down at the in-laws. Get chemical I need, water, so that I'm ready to go first thing tomorrow morning. The wind's supposed to die down early tomorrow morning for a while, so I'm going to try sneak down there and spray a few acres anyway. And we can start seeding again on Friday. Well, let's fire up the peat, warm it up, air it up. And this is kind of a pain, but we're not in a hurry either, so we gotta run to town, go get fertilizer, put in the front compartment of the trailer, and we'll come back here, put wheat in the back compartment, and then zip down to the in-laws, drop it off down there in the field, and then the young guy will pick me up, bring me back, and we'll do it that way today. I was gonna take the drill first, but there's a couple of little things I might want to do to it. I'd rather do it here at our farm than way down there. Because you know me, forget things, forget tools, forget parts. Driving way down there and back to town's quite a ways. So that should be about lined up with the auger. Just got back from town. Got the fertilizer on. Let's get this wheat loaded. She lined up? Yeah. That should work good. Well, we're getting her. Kind of excited to get back in that old stagger now. See if that other fan makes any difference. Sure hope so. We're full. Head her down there. There's the field. Well, we just got back to our farm. The young guy's gonna jump on the rock picker. Because I totally forgot. I still haven't fixed the land roller. I meant to fix that earlier today. And the wind finally died down. So I'm gonna run right back down where we just came from and try to get at least one tank full off sprayer and then see what time it is after that. Made her down here. Let's get mixed up. All right. We are full of solution. So we got to drive a mile or two to get to the first field here. Then we'll go spraying. Well, we'll get her folded out. Set the boom. Make this round. Well, we're just getting that first pass striked out. Set our A to B. Now we'll go back and forth. It's a half section here. There's 3 different pieces to it with the bush line and all that kind of stuff. So it takes a bit going around all this bush. But we'll get her. Kicking up quite a bit of dust. Should probably slow down, but I think it'll be all right. Should we go for it? Should we go for it? No, we're not gonna go. Well, we got that piece done, and the entrance to that piece is right here. Now we'll do this. I call this the middle piece. And then that'd be, so that piece we just finished, and this one would be 1/4, but 2 separate fields because the bush line. And the other quarter's on the other side of that bush line, over that way. This piece is only about 45 acres or something. I think it was 45. So let's get our booms back down and smash this one off. I don't get it. Why do some guys put their lights on so early? I don't know why guys run their lights. I can see those booms perfectly fine. See? Well, we're out of solution. Didn't get this half section done. There's only 30 acres left. I was gung-ho to come back tonight and finish it, but I don't know. Yeah, I was gung-ho to zip back to the yard, mix up another tank full, come back, finish this. But you know what? It's not a big rush yet. Let's fold up, go back to the yard, and just go home. Well, we're back at the in-laws' yard here. I didn't realize it was 11 o'clock already. A 45-minute drive away from home. So, that's good enough for today. Well, I made her back to our farm. I think it's home time. It's freaking almost midnight already. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.